are continuously praying, and of course Bella prays for MH370. All of us are still praying. There's still hope. And of course, a lot of you out there who are watching right now would be maybe have fear of flying. Some of you may have questions about how safe it is to fly. Well, to talk about flying and everything you need to know, we actually have a captain on our show, Captain Lim, and he'll be sharing with us something from his book as well. So let's please welcome Captain Lim Koi Hing, author of Life in the Skies. First of all, thank you so much for coming on to Bella. It's a privilege to have you here as well, especially in light of everything that's happening. I think a lot of people out there might have a slight fear of flying at the moment, and you can't blame them because of everything. But first of all, Captain, how many years have you been flying, and what's your experience?
I've been flying for about 44 years, and total flying hours of 25,500 hours.
That's a lot of hours being put in.
And I have about 5,500 hours on the Boeing 777, 9 years on the aircraft.
Wow, so that's a fantastic experience. And of course, in light of that, you also have your book, Life in the Skies. When did you write this, and how long has it been out in the market?
It was launched about 5 months ago.
5 months ago?
Yes, it's everything about flying, everything about flying.
Everything you need to know about flying. Questions for us laymen, right? As you would call it, because all of us, well, a lot of people love traveling. I have the privilege of traveling, and we are, you know, obviously it's great because we have people like you, Captain, who can fly us to certain destinations. But a lot of questions would be, for example, is flying safer than driving, or is driving safer than flying? That would be one of the questions as well.
Yes, before that, I'd like to say something. First of all, thank you for inviting me to this show. I'm very happy to be here. At the moment, I believe the nation is in a state of shock.
Of course.
I wish to help and play my part in calming the situation by reaffirming that flying is still very safe. I just mentioned, even in my book, flying is still about 10 to 40 times safer than driving. In fact, I've been fighting about safety for the last 14 years. My first website, Flying Safely on the Boeing 777, was done about 14 years ago. I've been telling people, flying is very safe. I feel safer flying than driving to work.
Actually, I have to agree with you on that note, in the sense that so far, every day when I go out on the road, or every day when I'm listening to the radio, there's always an accident on the road. You see one right in front of your eyes almost every single day. Whereas I actually read, correct me if I'm wrong, that last year, 2013, was one of the safest in terms of flight. There was one of the best years in terms of not much accidents when it came to the flying world. Wasn't that true?
Yes, it's very true. Because statistics have shown in America, you know, there were fewer fatalities, air fatalities in the last 60 years as compared to 3 months of motor vehicle accident. So
that's very.
It's very safe.
It's very safe. And just touching base a little bit about what has happened to us, of course, the whole nation, and not just Malaysia, the whole world is praying. You knew Captain Zahari, you've flown with him before.
Yes.
Would you mind sharing a little bit about your experience with him, and maybe whatever you would like to share about this?
Firstly, I have to mention that I'm now talking in a capacity as an ex-Boeing 777 captain. And I've been flying for the last 44 years. But my last aircraft on 777 was about 9 years ago. So what I'm going to say is about something very general, nothing specific, nothing speculative. And answering a question about the captain, yes, I know him about 30 years ago when he finished his flying training. He joined us in Kota Kinabalu on the Fokker 27. In fact, I did some of his training. Someone asked me, I just checked my logbook. In fact, I did 2 of his check flight. We call it base check.
Oh, that's right, because you have your logbook.
Where, you know, we check his proficiency and skill. We call it skill test.
That's right.
And my personal feeling was he was a very dedicated pilot, very safe pilot. There were a lot of very unpleasant speculation. I feel very bad because he's my colleague and my friend. You know, no one to defend him. But I believe, from what I have been, flying with him about 30 years ago. 30 years ago, he was very safe and nice person.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. I'm sure that's not easy, but so personally, of course, it's hard when you see such things, when you've known someone.
Not only that, he is not around here to defend himself. There are a lot of speculations, but I feel bad for him.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right, Captain Lim? Right now, in this moment in time, we're not going to speculate anything here, but there is so much speculation. So I think people need to understand that whatever you think or whatever theories you have, not to simply put it on social media, not to simply say this is a fact, right? Do you agree? We have to be careful with our words. We don't know who we're hurting. You personally knew him. I don't personally know anyone, but even I feel the pain and the sadness for the family members. I hope people stop putting out jokes, stop talking about things that are not important. Think about the family members who really need your help and prayers and comfort at this moment in time. Well, talking back about obviously your book, Life in the Skies, and I think if you purchase the book, you get all the answers. But being as we have Captain Lim on the show, we can actually ask him some of these questions. A plane, is it possible to fly a plane upside down?
Oh, that is a very favorite question. In fact, I've been running my website for the last 14 years. Amongst these many questions, one of them is this flying inverted, because this question came about after the movie Flight 2012, you know, Denzel Washington.
That's right.
Yes, he was flying the aircraft upside down, and I told, I got a question, explained to them that it's not possible in our modern aircraft to fly inverted because there are lots of protection. You try and turn it, it's impossible to go beyond a certain angle, so it's not true.
So if it's an old type of plane, you can plane.
Old aircraft. Old aircraft. There were no protection like the Boeing 777, Boeing 707. The salesman did an inverted flight. He was told off.
It was 12. So guys, if you see it, you can't. So that's you cannot. So that's a good one. And of course, a lot of people, well, I get annoyed when I hear obviously the air stewards or captains say turn off your phones, your smartphones, your electronics, and people still keep it on. What is the significance of turning off our electronics, especially when we're about to take off and when we're about to land, and especially when it comes to phones? Why do we need to keep that off?
Have you driven a car when someone calls you? You get interference.
I see.
That is a signal. Especially when we fly on an auto landing, it's so important that there shouldn't be any interference, because any signal comes in will trip off the landing auto landing system there. Whereby, I mean, it's not to say that it is dangerous there and then. The pilot will take over because it's going to trip